Welcome to the Powering Unique You podcast. Here, we create encouraging conversations to help you accelerate your career, expand your unique potential, and become a better leader.
Hello, привет, hola, wherever you are, my friend. Happy day to you. Happy Monday. And I am so happy to be here with you. My friend, today is the beginning, the new working day. And how are you doing? Tell me how things are going on for you. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Are you a team live or are you team replay? I both love you. I both send you my best wishes and just bring you some encouragement, bring you some empowerment, bring you some joy, some optimism, enthusiasm today. Let's just, I say, root out and generate some optimism today. Aren't you kind of feeling that maybe Mondays for some people is, oh my goodness, let me get my coffee, let me get through the day, it's Monday, another week. Well, let's not be that people. Let's just get a big jug of water and just say, hey, we're gonna hydrate, hey, we're gonna live our best life, and you know what? And share that with others. My name is Jana Masick, and I'm so happy to be here with you, my friend. I'm just want to bring some positivity. I've listened to some podcasts this morning, and positivity and optimism and smiles are contagious. Let's make that type of virus contagious, the virus of smile and optimism. Anyway, today is a good day to feel empowered, a good day to feel powered up. And today I really want to share with you what are the 4 essentials can you, my friend, create to feel powered up every day, to feel that you're on your best game every day, to feel that you're winning every day. And, to share and to help you create that 4 essentials for yourself, I'm bringing the most amazing guest I have met. And this lady is really, really unique, as you are, my friend, unique. This lady, she's a talent development expert. She's a chief energy officer. Don't we all need a little bit of more energy in our lives? And she's the founder of Power Up. That's a right company. So check that out, powerup.org. She's Kenyan-born. She's an award-winning social entrepreneur and curator of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives and OpenSesame, on mission to develop the world's most productive, admired, and inclusive workforce. Is that what we need? We need exclusivity. We need unity. We need to embrace and just be respectful to each other. Just understand that people may have different views, may have different opinions, and we don't have to, bring them down, tear them down. And we can build good things. We can build good teams, good companies together. And that's what she's doing. This amazing guest. Tune in. She's also well known as a top 3 finalist on Apprentice television show on NBC. That's interesting. She's the founder of Power Up. She's on a mission to end technology poverty by bridging in the digital divide. So she has a bachelor's degree in computer science and master's degree in education technology. And I just so cannot wait to bring this amazing lady who is living and wanting to turn her life and people's life into fulfilling life, to strategize, manage diversity, equity, and inclusion for companies all over the world. Hey, I cannot wait anymore. Can you? It's amazing. Liza Wisner. Lisa is in the house. Hello, Lisa.
Hello, Jana. Nice to be here.
Oh, so exciting. My friend, you are truly unicorn. You are on the computer science. You're on this, you're on that. And taking all of these initiatives, bringing in your passion for diversity and inclusion to help companies thrive throughout the world. You are my hero. You are the one who's saying, hey, we need to power up. And tell us a little bit about where's this concept of powering up come from? Where does it come from, my friend?
Yes. Oh my gosh. So the word actually power up came to me once. I was, when you wake up in the morning with an idea and you're like, what is this? And it actually stands for providing opportunities where everyone rises up. And the reason we started it was because we were launching our organization called Texas Techies had a computer program that teach kids how to use computers. And the goal was to take it global, right? So we were going to launch a global initiative to bridge the digital divide. So I saw it as, okay, so now not only is power up like the thing I want, right? But not only are we going to go to the communities and power them up with technology, but it just morphed into this thing where we became a mission of powering up humans in general, right? So we power up the humans. Yes, we're powering up with technology, but we power up the humans first, right? So yeah, that's where it came from. It just literally, you wake up in the morning and you just attack the day and you find this great opportunity, and yeah, and the rest
I
is
love it.
yeah.
I love it. I love it that you did not shy away from saying, oh, what does that really mean? But you said, wow, this is an idea. Let me jump on it. Let me get and execute on it. And I know now you're also doing podcasts. You're also doing broadcasts and featuring people. I would say ordinary people are extraordinary people. Because you and I, and you, my listener, or a viewer, as you're tuning in, you're ordinary, but you're extraordinary at the same time. Because none other in the world is like you. Exactly. So I love, Lisa, that you're doing this, because you're bringing guests and you are almost like unpacking what is that power hero lives in them. And I would love for you to give us a little bit of insight and maybe encourage those who are tuning in to unpack some of the power hero in them.
Well, John, I'm so excited because you've been a guest on our show. So I'm just so excited that I'm here on your show. And what we do in our Power Up Hero show, it kind of just, how everything just happens organically sometimes, right, in business. And organically, it just started happening where I was meeting people and I would ask them questions about their lives, and we would just unpack their heroic strengths, what their superpowers were. And it was just a fun thing we were doing for a radio show that I was hosting in the morning about how people wake up to power up, right? So how do you wake up? What do you do when you wake up? And people started resonating with that conversation of hearing how everyday people wake up in the morning. How do they meet the day? How are they heroes in their lives? And so, so we started the show to just find people who are doing amazing things. They don't have to have been written up in the magazines. They don't have to be a celebrity best-selling book. We wanted to share stories of how just everybody is a hero in their lives, right? Yes. So that's how I found you. In fact, I found you on LinkedIn. I was just going through my LinkedIn and I said, who is this person, And that's how I find the guests,
I love it.
Find people who are just amazing things. So so that's what we do. We unpack the heroic strength that everyone has. Everyone is a hero.
Yes, I love this, Lisa. And I invite you, as you tuning in, as you're coming in today, look at yourself as a hero. Go look in the mirror and give high five and cheer for that person looking at you in the mirror and say, you are a hero, my friend. And also celebrate, you have a superpower, and think about it. And Lisa, when you asked me that question, what is my superpower? I had to pause and I have to think, and I like, what is my superpower? But then when you define it, you embrace it, you say, yes, I am good at this. And I can, think about it, and I can help, myself feel more empowered, and I can help share my superpower with others to help other people. So I want to invite you today, as you coming in to join us, think about your superpower. Think about what is this that you're so wonderfully amazing at, and use it more. Use it daily, right? Yes. So Lisa, today I would love for us to structure our conversation really to share what are the 4 essentials for you that you believe help you power up with the outcome that hopefully our viewers and listeners can gain some insights from you, gain some wisdom from you, and also take notes and make your own essentials that will work for you to feel empowered to power up every day.
Yes. So great question. And I think when you talk about essentials, right? So what are the things that I do every day, no matter what, right? That's kind of what builds your life. Your life is not made up of this one big thing that happens. It's all the little things adding up to a lifetime of experiences that you're having. So I found over time, and actually, can I tell you, the essentials I'm going to share with you are from, I used to do, I still do it. I started doing sessions for kids at the YWCA. So they would invite me to do sessions for the young girls. It's called the Y Teens program, teaching them how to be more empowered and how to be, girl power. That's pretty much what my speech was about. And the girls there are the ones who helped me actually kind of unpack this, because I was trying to teach them how I live my life. So I was trying to think, how do I explain this to 12-year-olds so that it makes sense, because they haven't had the life experiences I've had.
Yes.
So the way I'd like to explain it, I'm going to tell you the essentials that I kind of thought of, but the way I like to think of it is, imagine that you are a character in a movie, right? So everybody loves watching movies. And when you're the character in the movie, the best movies, the character makes mistakes, they make bad choices. Sometimes they even have some bad luck, right? And I want you to think about how epic those movies are when the hero at the end, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. They were suffering and now they're not. And they made it and they rose up, And I have to say that is how we have to see our lives, because we are never going to be just perfect. Everything's not always going to be perfect. Nobody wants to watch a movie where it's like, once upon a time, the end, There needs to be some drama. And that is what life is. And so I have to tell you, the one thing I have learned is that if you are a hero of your life, the true definition of being a hero is showing love to yourself by making sure that you are the number one person who is heroic to yourself, right? So we can say that we're being heroes to other people, right? So we have other shows and maybe awards that celebrate people who are heroes in our community. We're talking about firefighters, nurses, doctors, during COVID, so many people, teachers, educators, right? They were heroes to other people. But how do they become heroes? By filling their cup till they're good. And then the overflow is what makes them a hero. They have strength for two. The number one is you. And then the next that a hero helps is the next person after they are strong. So let me tell you what I discovered just from all the things I've done in my life. I found that the constant is you living your best life. And it's so funny you asked, because I have my, I'm a bullet journaler. Do you know what bullet journaling is?
No, please share.
Okay, so bullet journaling is just, it's a way for you to document. It's like journaling, but planning at the same time. So it's kind of a hack, because, some people like journaling, but then they also want to be organized in a planner. Imagine if that just had a baby, right? A bullet, like you're journaling, plus you have a planner and it had a baby. This is bullet journaling.
That's awesome.
And when I started bullet journaling, what I found is that these 4 things were the things that I was constantly tracking and were having the biggest impact in my life. And so they always sit in front of me. Every week, I have a new page that I create a spread for. And the first 2 things for me, the first 4 things are my prime time. So let me tell you all 4 and then I'll explain them. Is that okay?
Let's do that. Let's do that.
So the 4 of them are prime time, focus time, soul time, and then power up time. So these are the 4 essentials in my life. The first is prime time. Prime time for me is the first things you do in the morning. I consider prime time when you throw those covers off and you wake up in the morning. What are you doing to prime yourself for the day? So this is like the bookend, the thing that you must do. And the way I think about this is like, for example, how do you get your energy? Like, I know right before the show, Jana, we did a prayer, right? So we set our intentions for what this show was going to be about. What intentions are you setting for your day? So this can take you an hour. It can take you 5 minutes. It can take you a minute. Just literally just thinking about what are your intentions. The next thing on my prime time is what is my win for the day. And the win actually stands for what's important now. Before the end of the day, what is the one thing I'm going to make sure that I do, right? So prime time, I do those 2 things. I set my intention and I figure out what's my win. If the day ends and I didn't do everything else, I did this one thing. Okay?
This one win. I love this. I love this. I absolutely love this. And I want to just pause you for a second to unpack a little bit more to that, because I love that you're sharing this essentials. And I feel that this is encouragement to me personally. I feel we all trying to navigate through our days, and sometimes we're just so much on autopilot. We just wake up and like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna do this. Oh my, I need to feed the kids. I need to get out of school. I need to get to work. This, and it's the whole day just rushes through. So I love that you say prime time is to set intention, and whatever it may look for you, maybe it's a meditation, maybe it's a prayer, maybe it's a stretch, maybe it's a go for a walk, whatever you work for you, that you're in a season, give yourself a little bit of time to wake up a little bit before that deadline where you have to rush and create that routine to set intention for the day. I love the win. What is important now that you could say, okay, today, if nothing else, if this one thing I can accomplish, I can celebrate myself and say, yay, go.
Yes.
I say for me, sometimes the win is to kiss each and every of my child, kiss and hug my children, to say, I'm going to give a hug and kiss to each one of them. Or maybe it's to spend quality with your spouse or your partner. Or maybe for you, a win, it is to listen to that podcast or read that book that you've been wanting to read for, a year. So whatever it may look for you, you can create that to say, this one thing I'm going to win on today. I love this, Liza. Please tell us more.
I can tell you more. In fact, I only shared 2, but my primetime routine is actually 6 things. So I do the exercise, I do the other things, but these are the 2 most important things. If
You're amazing.
Else happens in my day, but these are things that people probably are doing. They're just not keeping track of it so that they're consistent with it. Because what I found is that this is my foundation. If all things are not going well, if I'm having a bad day, work is so busy, I'm stressed out, I've had a difficult circumstance happen, who knows what happens with our lives nowadays.
Yes.
This is what I can just go back to. Do you know what I mean? I can go back to this routine. I can go back to this routine of taking care of myself. Okay. So the next part is a really fun part for me. It's my focus time. And focus time is, I time these because I have a regular schedule. So for me, focus time is, I say this is from 7 a.m. until about 3 p.m. So my focus time is really spent with work, right? So whether I'm doing personal work with my family or if I'm doing work at my job, right? So this is my time to do the effort of work. And the way I do this is actually I put my meditation in focus time. So I actually have, I don't know if you know the Muse headband you can wear to meditate. So I do my 10 minutes or more of the Muse. Now, sometimes I end up with 30 minutes, but my floor, remember, we're doing the foundation. We don't want to say, I'm going to meditate for an hour every day. Yeah, you may not be able to, but at least you can dedicate 10 minutes a day, right?
Yes,
so
you can.
I make my 10 minutes and then focus. Now, this is the part where I actually use the word FOCUS, which is 5, right? And you know how, John, I don't know if you're familiar with the fact that as humans, we have ultradian rhythms. We are rhythmic humans, right? Sometimes, just like an athlete, they train and then they have to recover. They train and they recover. Your day is just like that. And if you work for more than, some people say 25 minutes, some people say 90 minutes, it doesn't matter. If you work for too long, you're going to burn out, right? If you're just going for 3 hours, you're going to burn out. So,
you know what happened? Just to pause you for a second, from my experience, what happened is especially when we get in the hectic season where things need to be done quickly, we go. Then we feel a burnout. Well, we're going to go get that cup of coffee. We're going to go grab that sugar. We're going to eat a donut. And then we're going to go for 3 more hours. And that really depletes you. And I just want to encourage you as you're coming in, if this is your pattern, you're going to have to take a power back into your hands and change that for yourself. And no matter how hectic your life and job can be, you have to give yourself a breathing time to go through those, ups and downs, and give yourself that time of resting and rejuvenating in the middle of the craziness. Otherwise, you can't carry on for so long. That's why so many people are chronically stressed and, exhausted and they're just imbalanced.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking, sometimes I think you're going, you drink that coffee, your family comes home, you're tired from work.
There's nothing
and then
left.
Maybe you yell at your kids for, doing whatever because you're not thinking straight or whatever. And then it's this cycle where now you can't sleep because you feel bad because you were yelling at everybody because you were tired from work. And now that next morning you're tired because you didn't sleep well because you were thinking about your family. And then the cycle continues and your work is still just not at the highest capacity.
It's crazy.
You didn't do a rhythm. rhythm. So
Yes.
focus time for me is always in what we call the Pomodoro. I use the Pomodoro clock and just do 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. And it could literally be just 5 minutes. Just do something, just walk to get some water and come back. It doesn't have to be this big, huge thing where you sit down and you meditate for 5 minutes. You can, but just for 5 minutes, just do something else. Don't look at your computer screen if that's what you were doing.
Yes.
And then the next thing that I do is soul time. Now, when you were talking about your prime time was about you making sure that you've kissed your loved ones, right? Your children. This is my soul time. So this is the 30 Central. I make sure that I am not only taking care of love 1.0. So I call myself love 1.0, but my love 2.0 is my family, my direct people who I see every day, right?
Yes.
So whether it's the squirrels that are running in there, I make sure I'm putting nuts out for them. My kids come home, I have to feed them my soul time. I give them soul time, right? And for soul time, I think of this as my mindfulness time. And I run, so this is what I do. I run a clock. I wear my Fitbit when my family gets home. Sorry, not my Fitbit. I used to use my Fitbit. I use my Apple Watch now. And when they come home, I set a timer for 1,000 seconds. And 1,000 seconds is like 16 minutes and 40 seconds. And so I call it my 1,000 seconds of soul time with everyone. So
I love this.
They may not know this, but when the timer starts, I go and I ask my son, how are you doing? Da-da-da. And if he says, okay, nothing, I still grab my iPad and I sit in the room with him for the minutes to finish, because the soul time, however, it needs to happen. I have a 15-year-old, so it's kind of hard sometimes to
it's hard to try. I have a 14-year-old too, so I can relate. It's hard to ooze the details from they get into this teenage, like, how are you doing? How is school? Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. I'm like, okay, this is at the end of a conversation. Tell me more. So it takes some effort to get some details out from them.
It does. And so sometimes it's just a matter of 16 minutes, right? So 1,000 seconds of just soul time with them, right? So myself first. So the way I do my own personal soul time is I just make sure that I've knocked out my 1,000 steps. So if during the course of the day, I have a standing desk and actually have a treadmill that's under it. If I don't get my 1,000 steps, I do my own at least 16 minutes should let me like run around the block. What do I need to do? My 10,000 steps, right? Then my husband, whatever. So the goal here is that for 16 minutes, 40 seconds, soul time with my family. And then the way I close my day is my power up time. Now, a lot of people imagine that power up is about, let's power up when we wake up in the morning and we throw those covers off. And it's the opposite. I believe that the way you end your day is the way you're going to start your day.
That is so awesome.
Powered up, you are going to wake up so refreshed, right? So the way I do this is I love dancing. And so I am a belly fit instructor. So I used to do belly dance. And so I actually teach a belly fit class. And so I make sure like I've recorded at least one session of belly fit. So whether I record a session or I go online and I watch Rachel Bryce, who is one of my fans of belly dance, and I do a dance session with Rachel Bryce in the evening, kind of makes me get my energy back, right? So I'm kind of energized with my own personal energies. And then the last thing that I do is I do what's called a digital sunset. Have you heard of a digital sunset?
No, please tell me.
Okay, so a digital sunset, and I don't have them here, but I think they're at my bed now. But I have blue blockers. Now, a lot of people consider like the clear blue blockers, but if you wear your nighttime blue blockers, they actually look like sunglasses.
Yes.
And they eliminate all the blue light from the spectrum. I wear them 2 hours before I go to sleep. And of course, I try to get off of my devices for at least 2 hours. And what that does is it primes me for sleep. Now, I have another 6-step routine for how I go to bed. There's just many things that I do, right? So,
girl, you are amazing.
But let me tell you something.
I admire you so much. You just gained the other level of respect from me. like this much level of respect. You're amazing. Yeah.
But once you do these things, so that's it. Actually, after that, now I go to bed, right? And I wear an Aura ring. So actually my Aura ring, I don't know if you know the Aura ring. It's actually, it has whatever. It measures your temperature, your heart rate, pretty much everything. And it tells you when you need to go to bed, right? So it tells me sometimes you need to go to bed at 6:30, sometimes at 7, sometimes at 8, sometimes at 9. It just depends on how my day was going, whether I had a good recovery of my heart rate. And then I go to bed, because the goal is if I go to sleep powered up. And oh, by the way, let me tell you, the number one thing that I always do is, I don't know if you're into into hypnotism and sleeping with ambient music, but I always listen to there's just so many amazing hypnotists out there, but Joe Dispenza does amazing work when it comes to releasing your negative energies, right? So there's some meditations you can listen to while you're sleeping that kind of help you get into a good rhythm. So when you wake up in the morning, you're kind of in a really good rhythm. So that's what I do. I also plug in those headphones. And then when I wake up in the morning, I feel better. I feel like I've slept. You know what I mean? You know, when you wake up and you're like, wake up on your own, you don't have to wake up to an alarm because you feel refreshed. And that's how you're going to make your day amazing. And then it sounds like a lot, honestly, because I'm explaining it. But this is all happening in the course of your day. You're probably doing all these things. You're just not tracking them. And I find that when you start to track these little things that take less than 5 minutes to do, you will start to see a difference because you're intentional and you don't want to miss a day, right? Because you're starting to track them and go, oh, I don't want to miss it. Let me do at least one burpee, right? So if nothing else, of no workout, I do one burpee. And who can do one burpee? No, you're going to do 2, you're going to do 3, right? And so I just kind of set those goals for myself that are very minimum.
I love this. And thank you so much for giving us a glimpse into your power up day and how you structure it for yourself, because I feel sometimes we are, especially right now, we're just so, so to speak, disconnected that we kind of live in our own little lives and shells that we tend to see, what is more to that? What is more that I can create in my environment? Or, I have this or I have that, I have excuses, and I just drag my feet another day and try to, get through the day. So if this is you, and I want to encourage you, tune into what Lisa's created. And it may feel overwhelming, but if nothing else, create something simple, routine. Make a 4 essentials for yourself. It doesn't have to be, very explicit. I'm sure, Liza, you did not come up with this overnight. I'm sure that it took you time and effort to tune and fine tune what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And then
there's a book that I can share that this is like a hack. You know how you make a recipe and you bring all the ingredients together?
Yeah.
I've learned from James Clear from Atomic Habits, from Brian Johnson of Optimize. There's just so many people. Vishaan Lakhiani from Mind Valley has taught me so much. And all of this has come together to this cookie or whatever you want to call it, right?
For your own recipe, right? That's awesome. I love it.
I actually have this on Amazon. People can actually get my planner.
I love this.
The planner helps you do what I'm saying. It helps you track those things. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So go check out the planner. And I say, if nothing else you decide to take away from today, it's really create your 4 essentials. Yes. What does it look like for you that that you should be doing? And it's common sense, but many people say common sense is not common practice. And I know I have my 4 things that I've simplified. And I say, okay, these are the 4 things that I want to get through today. Now, I don't want to end the day without kissing and hugging each of my family member and telling them I love you explicitly. And we are all in different stages. You may have a different season. You may have, limitations. You may have someone that has health issues that you're caring for, and you may have to, pivot and do different type of, arrangements for yourself, or maybe your days are unpredictable. So whatever it may look like for you, take the encouragement away today that it is possible for you to create your own 4 essentials to feel more empowered, a little bit more empowered every day. Yeah. And just fine tune. Don't beat yourself up if you have not followed through that day. You say, today I want to do this 4 things, every day to make it habitual for myself. And the next day you skip it because life happens and you're like beating yourself saying, oh, look at this, just give up. Don't give up. Tomorrow is a brand new day. Every day is a brand new day opportunity for you, my friend, to feel more empowered, to be powered up, to say, I want to be on the best game. Just do the best you can. And every day, just do the best you can and celebrate yourself.
Yes. Okay, so I want to mention, if you miss a day, it's totally fine. All you say is, okay, needs work, right? So you don't beat yourself up. You just say needs work and you double up the next day. and you don't treat yourself like, oh, you failed, because that's actually the sign that you're growing, is you noticed that you missed. The worst thing is when you're not noticing that you're missing these things. That's the important thing. When, Jana, you don't notice that you haven't hugged your kids and your husband and said, I love you, that is not good, right? But when you notice and you start to go, oh no, it needs work, that's
yes,
you
it's
have won when you notice.
intentional. It's
Yeah.
intentional, Lisa. I agree that you touched on this, because something that I've listened to recently, it's from Brennan Bouchard, and I'm on a growth day with him. I don't know if you've heard of it. I
Love
love
matter.
I love his
Brandon.
daily hires, and something that he's shared recently that really, really touched me. He said the concept of love. He said we tend to brush over love quickly. Dwell on love within yourself, dwell on love when other people talking about love, loving others, loving something, being passionate, loving about what they do. Dwell on that, multiply, what is it? Amplify love. And I was thinking, wow. And he said many people go by their lives and they say, well, I've lived with my parents and I just never felt loved, and they never explicitly told that to me. And then I start looking at my own family and I said, you know what? Life is busy. I have a lot of kids. I have a lot of responsibilities. I have, this and that. And it kind of a lot of things happening chaotically sometimes in my house. And I said, wow, I may just go by weeks sometimes where I kind of tell them, yes, I love you, but the quality of connection is not there because it's brushed through that rush or something, or the needs, or, let's feed, let's do this. So it's really important to say, let me be intentional with my love. Let me be intentional to take that time and really make a deliberate effort to be there, and also learn love language of the other person, because the way you express love is not always the other person want to receive love. Yes. So it's learning, how do they want to be filled love? How do you want to receive love? And then the other point, receive love. Be open. Sometimes we hold so many grudges. Sometimes we hold so many offenses or judgment, or, something that's been done years ago. You still hold on to that, and that prevents you from receiving love from that person that did that. And maybe they've regretted or apologized to you already, but you're still holding to that. Let go, free yourself from these offenses, and be open to receive love. Be open to give love. Let's amplify love. I think if nothing else, love always wins.
Yes.
And I feel with you sharing that 4 essentials, how to power up, it's important that we implement that element of love, right? Element of loving yourself, loving our life, loving people in our lives. And when we all amplify love, I feel we will create a better experience for ourselves and for those that we touch.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. And, like one of the things I just close on with love is, at the bare minimum, I just say, give more eyes and more ears. That's what I always, so part of the journal, you actually track love. So I track energy, work, and love. So where is your energy? Where's your work, right? What are your virtues for energy in that week? What are your virtues for love? And the increase part for me is, it always comes out to more eyes, so more eye contact, and more ears,
Yes.
And it helps me when I draw, like I literally draw an eye and I draw an ear. And when I'm talking to somebody and I notice that I am not tuned in, I remind myself that if I am trying to be the legend of love, as I like to say, then I need to be tuned in. I need to use my eyes and I need to use my ears more.
I love this. And we have Janet saying, tuning in late, time to hear about the planner. Lisa, share a little bit more about the planner. Where can we find them if we want to get it?
Yeah, it's called the Power Up Hero Planner. You can just go on Amazon and type Liza Wisner planner, and I should come up, and you can just get it. And it's not like I've written a book here or anything. I literally took my own bullet journal spreads. If you're a bullet journal, then you know what I'm talking about. I have my own spreads that I would hand write, and so with a ruler, and I would just draw them onto a dot journal, and I've made them into a book that you can buy. And on the back, if you do the QR code, you can schedule a session with me, and I do them with people on Saturdays, and I'll explain to you how to use the planner. But the point is, it's pretty much self-explanatory. But my goal here is to kind of create a movement where people are starting to track the things that they have control over. And I think we get so stuck on, well, that's going on, and I don't like it, and and oh my gosh, and it's like, yeah, but do you have any control of that? No, you have no control over how. Maybe I have no control over how my husband husband comes home. I have no control over how my kids are coming from school with bad feelings or attitude, but I have control over how I react to that, and I have
Yes.
control over my life. So I should be focused on that, instead of them. I should focus on myself and how I'm showing up.
Oh my, this is so important. This empowerment is all about this empowerment is all about. I'm so excited. I'm losing my voice, Liza, here. It's really about your taking control of your life, you taking control of your
Being the
choices,
hero of your
you
life, the
being the
hero of your
hero of your
destiny,
life. I
your
love
agent of
this.
change. Yes.
Yes, I love this. And Janet, I would say I recommend you, if you have time later on, re-listen. Lisa shared some nuggets today that were really, really fantastic and valuable. And check out, as you're tuning in, check out Lisa and connect with her on LinkedIn. And she has her website, Wisner.com. Check out her work and, reach out to her if you want to be on a podcast, you want to be a feature of a hero, ordinary, extraordinary at the same time. Do that as well. So Liza, thank you so much for coming in today, encouraging and just sharing that everything is possible. And the only thing it takes is just create the routine, create the 4 essentials to feel empowered every day. Anything you want to share as we close in, Liza?
No, I just want to thank you so much. The name of your podcast is truly amazing, and it's in my mission, which is powering unique you. So I thank you for this work that we are doing collectively together. Thank you.
Yes, and that's exactly why I felt we were so connected from the get-go. Thank you again for coming today, and we'll stay in touch.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Isn't she a powerhouse? Isn't she a power woman? And you know what? Hey, we all need to be our own heroes, just what Liza preaches. And she's teaching and sharing and encouraging and empowering. It's good to have the people in our lives like that. It's good that sometimes maybe our entire environment, we just don't have people that may uplift us or encourage us. We are the ones who take care of everybody. So I feel it's our responsibility. It's your responsibility, my friend, to create connections with the people that are doing wonderful things, to create connections with the people that are, striving for more, that are creating more abundance, that are doing some important things in their lives. And if you want to be aligned and be there, find those people, connect with those people, create relationship with them, and create a circle around you that will help you be more uplifted, be more optimistic, enthusiastic about who you are, because you're valuable, you're amazing, you are one of a kind. It's something that I've listened to say, no one has your footprint, no one has your fingerprint, no one has what you have, no one is you. It's just you that you. And my friend, have an amazing week this week. Win the day every day. Create that win. What is important now? Create that win in your life every day and celebrate yourself. And let's make this world a better world together by working on ourselves and taking control of our own lives. And I'll see you again next time. Until then, keep powering unique you, my friend.